Welcome everybody to this edition of Attention Talk Video. I'm your host, ADHD and Attention Coach Jeff Copper, and I'm here today to talk about ADHD, executive functioning, self-regulation, and really ADHD kind of in general. I'm also here to talk to those who don't have ADHD, to see if I can explain ADHD in a context we can understand and provide an attention exercise for everybody really to maybe practice or really understand some of the challenges with it. Much of this I learned from interviewing Dr. Russell Barkley. Very, very profound interviews I've had with a very smart individual, and has really seemed to explain a lot about ADHD that's not explained from that deficit of attention model. And basically he talks about ADD as an executive functioning, or really more of a self-regulation issue. And think of the brain as a two-level system. There's that automatic brain, and there's the executive functioning brain. The automatic brain is your instincts, habits that you formed over a period of time, just things that you do. The executive functioning brain, which is the prefrontal cortex, it's the organizing, executing. It takes things and manipulates them and executes them. It's not the knowledge part of the brain, it's the putting together and assembling of it. Now, with that being said, the challenge of those with ADHD is that automatic brain just impulsively automatic reacts. Therein lies the problem. It's that regulation of that automatic brain. And the idea really here is we'd like those with ADHD to be able to pause and override that automatic brain with your executive functioning thought, which is very, very, very effortful. And so if for those that don't have ADHD, or those that do, to really understand what's going on, I always like them to try a simple attention exercise. Basically take a time a day, maybe a meal where you're preparing a meal, or you're doing some chores or something, somewhere you're really pretty active, and begin going through that process of using your less dominant hand to do the exercise or to feed yourself. And you'll have to notice is that in order, I'm right-handed by the way, so if I was going to use my left hand, I have to pause, because instinctively I'm going to reach out for my right hand, whether it's for a glass of water, open a door, open a window, whatever I'm doing. So if I'm not thinking, I'm automatically reaching for my right hand. So in order to do this, I have to actually pause and think and reach out with my left hand, not my right hand, excuse me, in order to do that. Now, over a period of time, if you do this exercise, you'll realize is that if you're not focused on thinking left hand, left hand, left hand in my case, you're apt to miss and go with your right hand. Like, oops, was that automatic response? And when you do that, you'll notice, well, you're not able to override it all the time. The other side of it is, and this is the key, is if you are successful and you use your less dominant hand, in my case, my left hand, it becomes very effortful. I'm thinking more about my left hand than the tasks at hand. And a few things happen. Number one, it really slows me down because I'm thinking about my left hand and effortfully doing everything that I'm doing, number one. Number two is, because I'm thinking so much about my left hand, my working memory can't hold all the other things that I'm going to do, so I begin to forget things. And so I'm describing this because if you don't have ADHD and you want to know what the challenges are, and you just want to say, hey, why don't you just try harder, you should be able to do this. Imagine going through your day or your life using your less dominant hand consistently. It is absolutely exhausting over a long period of time. It's draining because it takes so much effort. And that is just a simple model for those with ADHD to kind of understand the context. Now, one of the things that we do know is those with ADHD, if they can develop a habit, it's very good because now it's part of the automatic brain. It just happens. The problem with that is it's much more effortful for those with ADHD to actually establish a habit. So you can imagine is that it's good for them to have those habits because they don't have to use their executive functioning brain so much, but to stop and think and override that automatic brain, or in my case the left hand, over and over and over for a period of days until that actually becomes automatic, it's challenging, and it requires an enormous amount of patience. As a coach, me personally, I don't like to train habits. I actually like to piggyback habits because you already have a lot of habits. So I like to start new ones. So if you're trying to remember to take something to work, I'm like, what do you always remember? Like your keys in your phone, let's put it with that because we've already got that established habit. Anyway, bottom line in this video, I hope this has helped you understand ADHD to a degree as a self-regulation issue. Do the attention exercise and witness how effortful it is. to override the automatic brain. If you don't have ADHD, do the exercise and you can really understand what the experience is like. And if you're trying to establish a habit, realize it's just very difficult for you to do, for those with ADHD, because it requires a lot more effort. While it's more effort, if you can get it done, it's very, very powerful. So we hope you've enjoyed our video. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at attentiontalkvideo.com. With that, thanks for watching the video. Take care.